Alright everybody, welcome back to A Scotsman in Egypt, Crusader Kings 2 edition. My name is Vantis Strider and thank you again for joining me. So, where we left off, we've just suppressed a revolt and we've given over the Emirate of Aswan here to Emir Gilchrist of Aswan. So we now have a good Scottish Catholic in our court that we can use to become Scottish Catholic Kings of Egypt in Iron Man 769 start date without bothering to wait for Scotland to, technically speaking, exist. So we're going to go all the way back down here. Now we've got a few more people in our prison. So we've got a choice here. Do you know what? We're just gonna execute this gent, and then we're gonna murder his son. Because you can't beat a good bit of murder. And let's just bribe a couple of people here. Have them join our plot. Pretty sure I just bribed the same guy twice by accident. That's what you get when you're being clumsy and streaming for the first time. Oh, got the Sheik of Eilat. Where's the Sheik of Eilat? Well, do you know what? Let's definitely revoke his title because he's a traitor. No one's going to object. Same for Sheikh Daud here. And Sheikh Abu Bakr. People would complain if we killed this guy. But what we want to do is we're going to start a little merchant republic here in Farama. So let's create the Duchy of the Sinai. And can we give... Yes, there we go. So he's now going to have a vassal ruling his capital county. It's going to be a little bit of a weak republic, as at the moment he has one city. But that's okay. And he is actually... Do you know what? I've made a mistake there, because what I should have done was waited until I could make that a Scottish Catholic republic. But do you know what? We'll deal with that problem down the line. We'll just have a bunch of rich, rebellious burghers in my empire. And it looks like we don't hold enough land actually to give out the at Tour. So we're going to wait for now. Might try and save up enough gold so we can build a city there. But first we're going to want to build a... well, are we going to want to try composing a book? We're 56, so it's unlikely that we'll actually get it written. So we are just going to stockpile money for the time being. But let's get an apprentice. Who can we get as an apprentice? Do you know what? I think we're going to be nice, friendly to Emir Gilchrist. Let's just try and get his learning up as well. And do we have anyone else in our prison that we can start getting rid of? Well, I can't revoke his title because he is a vassal of Emir Gilchrist. So let's just hope Gilchrist gets himself married fairly quickly, and let's unpause. So my brother in the Hermetic Order, Thomas, has stepped forth with an idea for a ritual that might invoke the presence of a divine being. The prospect of petitioning the divine itself for knowledge is tantalizing, and the idea was therefore received with excitement in the Order. The ritual will take place in a few weeks' time. Yeah, the secrets of the world will be laid bare before us, and we just made a little bit of gold from ransoming that man. So, summoning the divine. The time for the ritual has come, and your order has congregated in a spacious room. Symbols scatter the floor as you chant your hymns. Neophyte Thomas has provided you all with a new special type of incense that he claims is necessary to make the eventual connection with the divine being. Before long it has permeated the air, and as you inhale more and more of it, hearing the drone of your fellows' chants, you feel your soul disconnect from your body and begin to ascend. Until it seems to connect with something. An entity touches your soul, though you cannot perceive it with any senses other than your mind's eye, because you're tripping balls. It must be the divine being. You have succeeded. You struggle to control your emotions and to coalesce all your thoughts into one burning question that you will pose to this being. Pray tell me of the secrets hidden throughout the world. And of course, I immediately start catching sick. Well, I'm glad I hired Farouk. No, we're just going to trust my wife. Let's just have lots of little kids. The Divine Being gave me a cryptic reply to my question. For many days since the ritual I've tried to make sense of it. Yet no matter how much time I spend on it, I cannot. Whatever the being intended for me to know is simply beyond my capacity to understand. I can only conclude I am simply not worthy of its knowledge. Well, there goes 100 prestige. That's a bit of a shame. And we're an unworthy hermetic for the next 10 years, losing 2 piety a month. God damn it. And now we get 2 symptoms. And chest pains. Lads, I think we might be dying here. Being in your leader's council is not always easy. You have a huge amount of work that needs attention. There's so much to do. The list seems endless. Just about to give up, Emir Hisham steps through the door and asks if you want any help. As tempting as it may be, you would be in his debt for it. Well, let's owe him a favour. Why not? Because anything that means that I might not die here. Excellent. Successful experimental treatment. And we have a child that needs an education. It's time to begin. Let's go and assign him as a guardian. We're gonna want High Marshal. There we go. And we've got lots of extra free Scottish Catholics now beginning to bulk out Emir Gilchrist's court. So we can start landing them pretty quickly. Oh, fantastic, we just survived pneumonia. Sultan Yazid, you're a badass. Oh, and you have just so many sons and children. Just goddamn. I do want to get rid of Prince Dawid though. So let's we try and imprison him. 52% chance. Fantastic. And now let's execute him. So we are now a kinslayer. But very, very importantly, Prince Abdul, who is going to become a good Scottish Catholic, is now our heir. So we're going to relatively quickly here. We're going to be able to start expanding. And do you know what? Just in case, I don't know if this trait passes on, but we're going to betroth him to Shazada, Princess of Andalusia, as she is, I believe, a matrilineal descendant of the Prophet, and why not be the Queen of England? So recently I've noticed the pitiful state of my son, Prince Abdul. God, seriously, just as soon as I make him my heir. Okay, so yes, Princess Shazada. Oh, she's patrilinearly descended from the Prophet Muhammad's uncles. Recently I've noticed the pitiful state of my son, Prince Muslahidin. I have been informed the cause of his aches and fatigue is the cause of the flu. Is there an epidemic here? No. Just terrible, terrible luck. Oh, good. My dead son just had a daughter. That's nice. And Abdul is already Scottish. Soon we'll be able to start playing up my accent. Alright, to the glorious Sultan Yazid, peace be with you. We propose the Caliph Al-Mansur become the guardian and mentor of him so he can be a proper Bedouin Sunni. No, fuck yourself. We're not having any of that. We're very specifically not being a good Bedouin Sunni. We're being a very, very bad one and converting to Scottish Catholicism. Lots of peasants have been moving to the county of Gabayaha lately. Your steward Nasir Nasrid suggests building new roads in order to make it easier for the peasants to reach the central holdings. He suggests that in doing so the county will become more prosperous. Yeah, it's probably worth doing. And why are you not dead yet? I've been trying to kill you for long enough now. Ah, I see. It's because you won't actually join the plot. Sometimes Crusader Kings bugs out like this. It's very irritating. And you just get people who sit there perfectly willing to join the plot, but just never quite actually doing it. What if I gave you money? What increases his opinion of me any further? Well, you're an asshole. Okay. Let's just... Fantastic. Prince Abdul is now Scottish and Catholic. Brilliant. That was so fast. I mean, who converts religion at 7 years old? That is a little boy who's either far ahead of his time or just incredibly gullible. Do I want to join the war? I don't think I do. You have no friends in this war. So let's not get our asses kicked by our liege. And let's see. We have the Wilaya of Athribis. Well, let's start giving land out to more Catholics here. one of the things we're going to want to do pretty quickly is we're going to bring up legalism, and with that we're going to then go ahead and change in a few years to the religious control mandate, and that's going to let us start revoking titles from the Sunnis without really losing anything for it. Yeah, no child tells me what to do. Even your name is Layla, and in quite some time there will be a song made about you. Ah, she's a Hashemid. Those are the folk who became the rulers of Egypt and put Saladin in charge of repelling the Crusaders. That's pretty interesting. As you know, you're always in need of more ingredients to perform our experiments. Yes, let's go acquire ingredients, and let's write a theorem paper. There's no point trying to become ambitious at this stage in life. We'll gather herbs in the hill, and we'll also go hunt in the forest. Together with a small band of hunters, Count Gakko and I have set out to hunt animals in the forest in an attempt to gather animal parts. These ingredients will be invaluable in experiments to understand the aspects of the world. And in the meantime, I'm simultaneously out with Emer Gilchrist in the hills in the early morning to collect various useful herbs. Let's see. Well, we can rank up pretty quickly, and that'll get us access to the potion of eudaimonia, which gets rid of depressed and stressed for people, and also performs scrying. We've had yet another kid, and just look at all these infants. Yes, attempt to save Mughallabid. The Chief Minister of the Honoured Protector General addresses a letter to the wise Sultan of the Muhallabid Sultanate. Heaven's blessings upon thee. To strengthen the relationship between our nations, my master sent me on a mission to your Demesne. It would honour me to visit your court and discuss politics with your diplomats. Well, we can either immediately lose 500 grace, or we can gain 100 that we'll probably lose because these guys almost always seem to get offended. And now we've gone ahead and we've got quite a lot of ingredients, and we can rank up. And our court physician is shite and won't actually help my kid. My half-brother has become decadent. Well, isn't there a button that lets me ask this guy to shape up? Don't have enough piety. Okay, yep, here we go. I had my servant buy an exquisite garb of Chinese silk with the proper accessories in preparation for Chief Minister Libin's arrival. However, as I welcomed him and his entourage, the sight of my new robe seemed to displease him. Later, the translator told me that I wore several attributes exclusive to the Emperor's family. Guards, find me the merchant responsible. This always happens. I get that event every single time I let that asshole into my realm. Let's send out our theorem paper. We've just had another daughter. He approves, she approves, he approves, he approves, he approves. I think that means we passed. Should get us a nice little bit of esoteric power. Fantastic. Yeah, we gain 75 prestige here. And for the next 5 years, we're going to get +2 learning for publishing a paper. And we've gained 100 esoteric knowledge, so that's quite nice. We've now gone all the way up to 19 learning, which I can't emphasize enough, guys, like the amount that helps with spreading technology. Just from your direct, I mean, with the economy, it's learning plus stewardship. So then you get bonus tech points per attribute point. It really does start to add up pretty quickly over time. So, I mean, we're getting 1.344 points, I think, just passively per month. I think that is. It might be per day. So, I mean, obviously, that. Well, actually, do you know what? It has to be more. It has to be more than that. Do you know what? I don't know. I tend to get most of my my spread per thing just from spreading from nearby provinces, spreading from the spy master, all that sort of good stuff. I haven't fully worked out technology spread yet, but I'll do that by next episode. And let's make Gilchrist our marshal. He's not particularly good, but he's not completely dog awful. If they're over 10 and it's the first, what's this? The first 10 years of the game. I'm not too disappointed. Being a feudal lord means working hard at keeping your personal relations with your vassals at an acceptable level. Sometimes, though, they seem to have grudges against me. I must work at eliminating those and instill proper loyalty. I could be an example to my vassals, or I can talk about feudal obligations to them. Let's be an example. And let's see if anyone else will help me murder this small boy? Will anyone help me murder this small boy? No. Okay, let's send my missus in to be a spy master there. And I've just become exalted amongst men. That's perfect. And let's see, let's groom an heir. That's always a very useful talent. And now we've got 2 kids just absolutely begging for... actually, do you know what? Let's invite this man to stargazing. That's always good. I forgot I can do that. Where's the assign guardian button? And there we go. Let's have Shola. We're going to have her be educated as... do you know what? Let's go for intrigue. Unfortunately, he's got no decent Scottish intriguers yet. But that's okay. We'll just have her get raised by Iran. And we'll also get Yazid here. We'll get him raised by that marshal. We may as well. And now let's actually set the focus as heritage. It would somewhat help if I actually did that. There we go. And let's also, come to think of it, let's grab... do we still have... that's a shame, we don't still have that Hashemid lady. It would have been interesting just to keep her alive for fun. I guess Emer Gilchrist has finally arrived. I've been looking forward to the two of us getting together and review the work of each other. There's still some time before nightfall, however. I have a few suggestions for how we could spend the time. Let's have a small feast. Well, apparently we overdid it, and Emer Gilchrist took a penalty to liking us, but that's okay, because we gave him just so much stuff. He's just like, yeah, I don't care. This guy's my bro. Let's see. Vassal of Caliph al-Mansur sleeping with a woman other than his wives. The man cannot be a true Muslim if he has committed zina. I did not know the warrior princess was also the name for adultery in Islam. That's interesting. Alright, I shall confront him myself. I hadn't really expected Sheikh Kazuma Aya to react to my accusations about committing zina and me threatening to go to the chief Qadi with the matter in exactly that way. I will say nothing to no one. Why would I say anything? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, give me that money. Okay, let's upgrade that silver trading post, just get a little bit more trade value out of it. And yeah, let's go watch the stars. And in the meantime, we're also going to upgrade to a Casbah town. Most of the night gone already, so unlikely we'll accomplish much more. What a disappointing night. Oh dear. Seriously? Oh no. That's... I'm bitter rivals with him. That's not... it's not great. Actually, do you know what? I've got more minor territories that I can start giving out, so let's go into your court. My liege, I implore you to send me to another country. The nitwits of Cairo have already cost me 1 limb. I don't want to lose any more limbs just because they don't know the back from the front of an arrow. Well, that's not a limb, that's your eyeball, sir. Okay, let's make Aaron the priest over here. And we'll get... who's James? He's a lollard heretic. Shock horror. Say it ain't so. Let's see. Can't give Iona any land, so let's just give Tig that other mosque that we've got sitting around here. Actually, yeah, do you know what? Let's just create the Duchy of Damietta, and we're just going to give it over wholesale to Tig. So now we've got 2 good loyal Scottish Catholic vassals, and this one's actually halfway decent in the martial department. And let's see, he's invited lots of others to his realm, it looks like. Yes, I'm sure you'd be a great chief Qadi. unfortunately, I'm not going to have to give much of a crap about that. And we've got another Miaphysite uprising. Our lord's in quite a few wars, so let's fund that expedition, and then start moving these troops round. Why won't this child die? Come on, guys. These are crap. Well, I'm 60, but I'm not currently dying from anything. So let's go the whole hog here. Let's spend the 100 gold. I've improved relations for my lord. I've not improved relations for my lord. People are trying to kill Abdul. Yep, let's definitely start increasing the defenses. Levy shift addict obligations. Well, that's fine by me. Yes. No. I will never allow him to be turned into a savage because I'm trying harder to get him to turn into a savage. I don't want him to be just Catholic. I also want him to be Scottish. And there we go. Yep, that's a shame. We just lost the gold there from that expedition. Yes, let's get married. And we've got another prince. Plot our defense 15%. Fantastic. And then let's see. Let's assign you as the guardian for Yazid. Let's. Sure. You got one Scot. Do you not have money? You've got money. Invite more Scots. Pity his wife is crap. Okay, let's get into the Chancellor in here. Well, he's a malcontent, he's practical, and he's only got one less point. So let's grab him. We have very few decent options for stewards. And where's our court imam? Let's just slap down anyone. Now you notice, by the way, all of our counties are Miaphysite. We've deliberately not been converting them because it's going to be a lot easier to flip them to Catholic than to Sunni. Part of that's because they're the same religion group, and part of that is because they're both the moral authority of the religion is a lot lower. If we go over to the ledger here and we flip over to page 4, you can see the moral authority of all the religions, and Sunni in this bookmark is always at 100. I mean, even Catholicism's only at 59.9, so you get a lot of Catholic heresies popping up at the moment. But you have to go down a while until you find Miaphysite. They're only sitting at 46, and then you've also got Monophysite revolts and counties popping up. They're down to 33.8, so it's a lot easier to convert low moral authority counties. Yes, he's accepted the guardian contract. Is he revolting again? Well, I'm going to decline again because my leash would still just absolutely break me. And let's go back to trying to fabricate a claim on Com. There we go. And we've got another kid ready to be educated. Well, he's got no Scots to educate. And what about you? Do you have any Scots I can use for educating a boy here? What's this guy? Yazid. Oh wait, no, this guy's just become Scottish. So it's Kyrodin we're looking for. And yes, you'll do it yourself. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm becoming sick again. And I just barely managed to not kill that boy. Good. We've got another Scottish Catholic. We've got another Catholic. And I'm fatigued. Oh no. Oh, Africa's doing well for itself. And I've just had another son. Cancer. God damn it. Alright, let's find a court physician. Toot sweet. Yeah, let's hope we don't need to search for long either. Gustav the Wise, a Swedish Sunni, who's also a friggin' genius. Yes, treat my illness, please. Shola is now Scottish, my life's in your hands. Successful experimental treatment. Quick incision, barely breaking your skin. He then proceeded to press something against the wound. It looked like diseased tissue, and you shuddered. Yes, cure my cancer with an unrelated disease. Damn, this guy didn't really get very many useful traits, did he? Well, Idolizer might turn into Zealous, so let's assign for his guardian the most martial man I can find. Let's see. Say Diplo range. Any, search all, High Marshal, Captain of the Great Company. You're probably not going to accept him, but it's worth a shot. Oh, he will. Nice. Okay. I might not even have needed to actually buy the favor to get somebody into the court. I didn't know mercenaries actually accepted guardianship contracts. Let's see. What does Dougal say if I try and assign a guardian for Kyrodin? He will. Okay, folks. You don't need to fuck about with that at all then. Yeah, let's just get Gilchrist to, sorry, Dougal himself to educate my boy. Actually, who's ended up with him? The guy from the Great Company. That's fine. He's already Scottish Catholic. He's over the age of 12, so he's not going to have a culture flip, probably. And Captain Nicolaus here is a brilliant strategist, so we should get something fairly high there. Making sure the landowners and traders are paying their taxes in a timely fashion is a time-consuming task. Lately, my mind has been more occupied with the task of making sure that the stars are in the correct place, rather than the taxes are in my coffers. Yeah, some duties can't be neglected, and let's stop examining the stars. I actually didn't mean to accept that chain. I find it incredibly irritating. Okay, and now Scottish band. It's just... No, that's... Tig, that's just unhelpful. Let's find the Scottish band again. Do you know what we're going to do, actually, that might make this just slightly less frustrating having to look him up every single time? I'm just going to add him to my, my outliner. There we go. Character special interest, Dugald. Alright, Dugald. I have people to turn Scottish. Roy's not bad. Got picked in charge of the whole thing though. Yeah, let's do Roy. He's got a lore marshal overall, but he's also got higher education skill, which means he's got a higher chance of actually producing someone of a higher education skill. I have so many children, god damn. Nope, we're not making him not a marshal. Carden, nope. Let's just leave that for now. Yes, enough is enough. We're satisfied with our progress. I'll gather a crowd to witness it with me, just in case. You can get a lot of prestige for doing this one. And let's go find Dugald off the sidebar again. Dugald, have another one of my kids. Please make them not shit. Let's see. Nasifa. Zikri heresy's arrived. Oh no. Don't have a clue what that is, but you know. Let's see. Do you know what? Yes, just fire him over here. Roderick's opinion. Don't know who Roderick is. Let's see. Prince Shabir, Prince Galib, Prince Musladin. Ah, there we go. He's already being educated. That's good. Just breeding so many Scots over here. Yep, Musladin is now considered properly Scottish. Do you know what we can do, actually? We've started to have many offspring. So, can we introduce this heir to realm? Host is not me. Yep, Yazid becomes... Yazid is already Scottish. Make sure he learns his own customs. So I'm currently his educator. That's not the plan. Unfortunately, it's... And he's slow. God damn it. The air is crisp and the sky clear as people huddle around each other to observe the nightly phenomenon that I predicted. Not all are convinced of my promise. As the hour begins to slip away, I hear the skeptical mumbling. Then suddenly several ooh and ah take place around me as people excitedly start pointing upwards. Across the dark heavens, a tiny speck of light is moving, a white trail marking its journey. Let's just call it quits here for this episode, guys. Thanks again for joining, and I shall see you next time.